Hello there, second graders. It is Mrs. Williams here with our next safety lesson. We are technically on lesson 3, but it is video 2. Today our topic is safe and unsafe touches. Before I jump into it, I want to start off by saying that some of the information that I am going to share with you might feel a little uncomfortable, it might feel a little scary, and it might even feel a little confusing. But I want you guys to know that that is okay to feel those feelings, but that I'm here to support you in whatever way that you need. If you need to have a little extra check-in time with me one-on-one, we can make that happen. All you have to do is let your teachers know. But again, I'm here to support you. Your classroom teacher is here to support you. And even though the information might feel a little unexpected, the only reason I'm sharing it with you is because it is important that you keep yourself safe, your body safe, because you are important to so many people. So let's get started. Today, what we're doing is we are talking about the 3 different types of touches. We have safe touches, unwanted touches, and unsafe touches. Safe touches make us feel happy, comfortable, cared for, and loved. Unwanted touches make us feel uncomfortable, awkward, frustrated, and sometimes even annoyed. Unsafe touches hurt our bodies, make us feel scared, and it's never okay. So what I want to do is I want to share with you guys the different types of examples for each of the touches areas. Some examples of safe touches is hugs, high fives, handshakes, and holding hands. An example of an unwanted touch would be pinching, tickling, pats on the head, or even kisses. Examples of unsafe touches would be hitting, kicking, pushing, holding or squeezing you tightly, and touching you in your private areas. Here are 2 examples of safe and unsafe touches. In our first picture, this is David and his dad. Is this considered a safe or unsafe touch? What do you think, second graders? If you look at the picture and if you look at both David and his dad's body language, what do you see and what do you notice? Well, I notice that this is a safe touch. I know that because the big way you can tell if someone feels safe and comfortable with our touch is looking at facial expressions and body language. You can see that his dad is smiling. You can also see that David is smiling, and his body looks calm and relaxed. Now, let's look over at Kevin and Jordan. Who can tell me, does this show a safe or unsafe touch? What are your thoughts? That's right, second graders, it's unsafe. And we know that it's unsafe because right now, Jordan is hurting Kevin's body. These type of touches are never okay. You can see that he's on the floor and he's holding his hands down. That is never okay here at school or when you're at home. Now let's look at our picture card. In our picture card, this is the situation. This is Amelia and her uncle. Amelia's uncle babysits her, and when he comes over, he will sneak up behind her and put his hands over her eyes and say, "Guess who?" So, let's think way back to some of our bully lessons. In our bully lessons, I have talked with you and our SEL lessons about being a feelings detective, looking at the person's face, their body, and the entire situation, finding clues on how somebody might be feeling. And we do that by looking at their eyebrows, their eyes, their nose, and their mouth. So let's see. Look at Amelia's face and body. Do you think she likes her uncle's Guess Who game? That's right. No, she doesn't. You can tell because her face and body look uncomfortable. You can see that her eyebrows are scrunched. Her eyes are squinting, and she's got kind of a frown on her face. Those are all clues, face clues, that tell you that something isn't right and that she feels uncomfortable and she's having some sort of strong feelings. Amelia, she used to like the guessing game that her uncle had always played with her, but today she is feeling uncomfortable. What I'm curious about, second graders, is do you think the guessing game is safe? Is the game safe or unsafe? What's your thought? Here's the thing. This touch is not hurting Amelia's body, but the touch is making her feel uncomfortable. It is okay for Amelia to say no to touches that she doesn't want. And that's one thing that I want you to be mindful of. If you ever feel uncomfortable or unsafe about a touch that someone is doing, I want you to remember your 3 R's. Recognize that you feel uncomfortable, report it to a safe adult, but more importantly, refuse and say no. Use that strong second grade voice that I know all of you have. And it's okay to say no to an adult if you ever feel uncomfortable or unsafe. But it's also okay to change your mind on where your comfort level lies. For Amelia, she used to love the game. It was very fun and enjoyable for her. But as she got older, her feelings changed. And that's okay. But all you need to do is communicate that to the adults around you. What can you assertively say to refuse an unsafe touch? What are some ideas that come into your brains, second graders? Some of the things that I think of is you could say, stop. That hurts me. That's not safe. What I want you to also know is that there's so many different statements that you can make, but what's important is that you say it, and you say it with a strong, assertive voice. You can also refuse touches you don't want, even if they don't hurt your body. What can you say to refuse unwanted touches? What are some thoughts that come into your brain? Any fun ideas? Well, some of mine are, please stop. I don't want you to touch me. Please don't touch me. Sometimes you can't stop an unsafe or unwanted touch by yourself. It is important to tell an adult you trust. Everyone deserves to feel safe and respected. Keep telling until someone believes you. And that's an important note, is that I hope that you have a bunch of different adults that you feel comfortable going to. But if that first adult that you share your unsafe touch to doesn't believe you, I want you to keep telling until somebody does. One of the things that I want you to remember is that your body belongs to you. No one is allowed to touch you in your private areas, or kind of just nobody is allowed to give you unwanted touches if you don't want it. It's important that you remember your 3 R's. Recognize that what that person is doing is uncomfortable and unsafe. Report it to a safe adult, but most importantly, refuse it. If anybody touches you in an area that you feel uncomfortable with, I want you to say no, run away, and tell an adult. Those 3 steps are extremely important to keeping your body safe. Remember, your body belongs to you. Keep it safe because you are important to so many people. Our next lesson is about the touching rule. Until next time, have a wonderful day.